What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome! Yes, as you can see, I got the background of Jeopardy coming up on as wallpaper. Because as you all know, this is Jeopardy! Bazinga.io to be exact. So, Bazinga.io is a very, very fun Jeopardy website that you can actually create a game for yourself and other people that who are big fans of Jeopardy. So, in case you haven't heard the show Jeopardy before, it was hosted by Alex Trebek for many years. And unfortunately, he did pass on, but his legacy will still live on. And therefore, Ken Jennings is now the Jeopardy host as of right now. We've had other guest hosts like LeVar Burton, we've had Dr. Oz, we've had Buzzy Gowen, we've also had Maya Bialik, sorry. We have also had other guest hosts like Katie Couric, that's another good one. We've also had, whatever the case, as long as they still make Jeopardy that great, and we always remember Alex Trebek, the original host of Jeopardy. Well, before Alex Trebek, there was also Art Flemings. Art Flemings was the first host of the older Jeopardy game show before this got its own design for America's quiz, America's Best Trivia Game Show. Other than that, we should be good. So far, I've gotten Frank Means on the line here. Speaking of which, I better make sure he gets the. I better make sure he gets the voice chat from my Discord channel, so that way he'll know the copy link. Just to be sure. As you can see on the pinned chat on my chat board, there is the Discord link to my server, Club Chardon. And I've also got a voice chat set up for Jeopardy. The hosts and the contestants will be competing only. And hopefully Frank will be here soon. He did keep me in mind about that part. I'm just waiting for other people. I want to see if Tom's interested. Hold on. Or maybe Kitty. Let me see if Tom's by. There you are. Yo, Tom. Wanna play? Bazinga? Wanna play Bazinga Jeopardy? I have it on stream right now to thank you for following me. And sometimes I'm not easily prepared for stuff like this. And I know High Tide Gaming usually takes like a month in order for community game night to start. But don't worry, I will keep that in mind in the future. Just have to plan it out. However, I do have 3 Jeopardy boards set up on Bazinga.io, and I will have you take a look here. As you can see, both of these are Serayo'neth Jeopardy, Serayo'neth Jeopardy 2, and Serayo'neth Jeopardy 3. Okay, I was trying to start at 8 p.m. tonight. Sorry if it was last minute. Alright, Tom's kind of busy at the moment. Tom's busy as of right now. But let's see. Let me see if I can get someone else. That was fun stream. Thanks. Okay. Let's see. So. Let me see if I can invite Clara. Have it on stream right now. Maybe I might be able to save my 3 boards for another time. That way, whenever other people will come, whenever other people I know that will come that are interested, they can be able to actually view it for real. So I might as well just check out the community boards. As long as I could be able to... Let's go safe for work, just in case. Because I don't want to make it much worse on content-wise. Let's see. I want to adjust the window capture. That's more like it. Alright. Yeah, y'all get the idea. Hoping High Tide would be interested, but okay. Let's see. Who else? If you viewers want to play, I wouldn't mind. Let me share the QR code with y'all, just in case. Hold on. Hold on. Change it to Bazinga.io. Yep, we are good. Alright. Now, let's see. It's just to make sure you guys have the room code set up. It's just to make sure you guys have the room code set up. All you have to do is just scan this little QR code right here. If you have it on the TV, that helps, especially when you have to use your phone as buzzers. But I plan to do that, of course. I have the QR code set up right now. It should be on my Twitch stream
now. And I also may need you to join my Discord voice chat, which is located in the Twitch chat room.
Just in case, let's see. Let's see who's in the room as of right now. It looks like Poppy Rini is coming. Poppy Rini's coming here, so this is good. Here, just to be sure, https twitch.tv/Serayo'neth. If you have the QR code set up. Alright, Poppy Rini, just in case, I'm going to need you to type in the chat to let me know that you're here. As long as you also scan the code as well, and you join my Discord voice chat, so that way I can hear your voice. So you can respond. It looks like Poppy Rini's from the Tabletop Jeopardy server. Good.
I could definitely use them. I could definitely roll with them.
Just in case. Alright. Has he joined the Discord? Yes. Has he joined the Discord? No, he has not. Alright, let's invite Poppy, just in case. You know, this, honestly, hold on. This might get a little bit boring as we do it without music, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in some fake music just to be sure. Oh, this will work. There we go. Alright, is he in? Is he in the room? just to make sure he's catching up. I'm gonna go ahead and play Bazinga. There we go. Excuse me. There he is. There's Poppy. There's the guy in the game. So he's in the game. He's just on the okay, and he's also on the Discord. How you doing, Poppy Ringa? He's at work. Okay. Okay. I wouldn't want you to. Not be able to do your job playing this game. So, in particular, I mean, are you currently on break as of right now? Basically, yes. For how long? For how long? No clue. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we got Poppy in the mix. I'm not sure if Frank's really coming.
Cause I know Poppy's in here.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and test this baby out right now. Oh, there we go. Alright, I need to zoom out on the thing. There we go. Alright, so because I'm trying to save my boards for the future, whenever we do have a community game night, I'm going to go ahead and start with the community boards, if that's alright with you. Bobby? Because I can give you like a single player mode only. You don't have to compete against anyone else. This is just to make sure this thing works. It's fine with you? Alright, great. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and filter this with SFW. And let's do trivia nights without buzzers. Alright. Now, okay. Whoa, okay, this is a bit difficult to look at. Hold on. Okay. Hang on. No. Don't rush me. I got this. Alright. Don't worry, I'm fixing this. There we go. And boom! There we go. Alright, so alright, we made that adjustment quickly. Oh, I need to come up with a team name for you. Just Poppy Rini is team number 1. And the others are just ignorant. Anyways. So, pick a category and pick a clue. We have history, science, TTRPGs, video games, and TV. You want to go for history 1000. Here's the clue. This ancient civilization is associated with the invention of the wheel. And remember, you can always type in response to a question, as in who is or what is. That's what, buzzer is disabled? Well, just because I clicked on without the buzzer thing, because, you're the only player in this particular game. So there was no need to put on the buzzer. But go ahead, make a guess. If you tell me you don't know, then just say I don't know. What is Sumer? Sumer, let's see. What is the Sumerians? Good job. I'll give you that. Good job. You got 1,000 points for it. Go again. History for 800. Alright. This event is often considered the beginning of the Renaissance. What is the fall of Constantinople, huh? In 1453. Good job. You got another 800. You got 800 points out of it. Good job. Go again. Same category, 600. Here's the clue. This famous explorer is credited with circumnavigating the globe in the 16th century. Who was Magellan? Ferdinand Magellan. Good job. You got another amount of points. Go again. Same category, 400. Here's the clue. This ancient wonder was located in the city of Babylon. What are the hanging gardens, you say? Well done. Respect, guy. Go again. Time to sweep history. Let's go. It's history for 2. This is the event that marked the start of World War I in 1914. What is the assassination of Franz Ferdinand? You got it! Archduke Franz Ferdinand. You have just swept the board. Congratulations. Go ahead, pick another category, pick another clue. Video games for 1,000. Ooh, okay, you were a gamer too. There you go. Released in 2004 by Blizzard Entertainment and set in the fictional universe of Azeroth, this computer game became the world's most popular MMORPG within a few years after its release. What is World of Warcraft? Way to go! Go again. Same category for 8. Here we go. In 2014, Google partnered with Game Freak and Nintendo as part of an April Fool's Day prank to create a new version of Google Maps. Populated by small creatures, this massively popular 2016 video game was inspired by it. What is Pokemon Go? Way to go! Go again. Same for 600. Here's the clue. This created video game series released in 2000 saw players directing characters to do mundane things like eating, sleeping, and cleaning their houses. If you tell me you don't know, just let me know. What is The Sims? Yes! Nice job, Poppy. Go again. Same category for 400. Originally given the title Puckman, this 1980s arcade game was inducted into the Guinness Book of Records as the most successful coin-operated game in 2005. Pac-Man! I knew it had to be Pac-Man. Good for you. Go again. Let's go for another sweep. Video Games 200. This game involves catching creatures and is short for Pocket Monsters. What is Pokemon? Good job. Swept it 2 times. Now you're totaled up to $6,000. Go ahead and pick another category. And pick a clue. Let's try science for 1,000, you say. Alright, here's the clue. Discovered by Alexander Fleming, this antibiotic is derived from a type of mold. What is penicillin? Yes. Go again. Same category for 8. Coming up. This famous equation is known as the mass energy equivalence equation. What is E equals MC squared? Yes! Good job! Go again. Same category for 6. This planet is the hottest in our solar system. What is Venus? Yes. Go again. I'm looking at the Discord chat thing, because Poppy is depending on the texting chat and on voice chat. Same category 400, he says. Here we go. This is the process of converting sunlight into chemical energy that commonly occurs in plant cells. What is photosynthesis? Good job. Go again, Poppy. I promise Twitch people I'm not an AI. Yep, he promises that one. I'm just sorry we couldn't be able to show that one on the Twitch chat or on the Twitch stream because, well, hold on. I wonder if I could be able to still... Nah, no, it's Windows capture. And he's asked for a sweep on science. Here's the clue. This planet is known as the Red Planet. Mars! He got Mars right. That's a total of $9,000 so far. Go ahead, pick another clue. Okay, he says TTRPGs for 1,000. Here's the clue. Designed by Steve Jackson and originally published by Metagaming Concepts in 1977, this fantasy tabletop RPG was the precursor to the generic universal role-playing system, GURPS. You do not know? Okay. The correct response, what is the fantasy trip? The fantasy trip was the correct response. Go ahead, pick again. Same category for 8, he says. Here's the clue. Originally published in 1980 by Chaosium in the second edition box set release of RuneQuest, this generic RPG system uses the percentile skill-based system, the basis for most of Chaosium's games. He's typing. You don't know this one either. Okay, the correct response, what is basic role-playing? Basic role-playing. Go ahead, pick another one. My dump stat category for 6. So is TTRPGs for 600? Is that what you're asking, Poppy? Just to be sure? Yes. Alright, here we go. Here's the clue. Published in 1976 by Fantasy Games Unlimited, this role-playing game inspired by the novel Watership Down is the first to encourage players to have non-humanoid characters and the first to have detailed martial arts and skill systems. That's another one he doesn't know. Oh my gosh. What are bunnies and burrows? Is the correct response. I never heard of bunnies and burrows, not gonna lie. Go ahead, pick again. TTRPGs for 4, he says. The original World of Darkness series consists of 8 core lines of RPGs released between 1991 and 2002, starting with Vampire, the Masquerade, and Werewolf, the Apocalypse. This is the third in the series. His response is, what is Vampire Bloodlines? Oh, sorry, it was Mage, the Ascension. You lose points for that one. But go again. It's alright. TTRPGs for 200. With its recent revision of 5th edition released last year by Wizards of the Coast, this is the year the original Dungeons & Dragons rule set was first published. Poppy is typing. He says, what is 2014? And no, it was wrong. It was 1974. It was way off. Way off. But don't worry, it happens. Now we got TV category still in the mix. Which clue do you want to go for? No worries, it happens. He misunderstood the question, but don't worry. He's starting with TV for 1,000. Here's the clue. Sam Malone and Diane Chambers are two of the main characters in this American sitcom television series that earned a top 10 rating during 8 of its 11 seasons. What Cheers? He's saying, what is Cheers? Huh? What is Cheers? Alright. Yes, he got it right. He's back up now. He's over $9,400. Go again. Now don't worry, it happens. I've seen typos before, I know what you meant. 800. This man served a single year as the mayor of Cincinnati in 1977, 14 years before the debut of his namesake television show. He says, who is Jerry Springer? And he's correct. It was Jerry Springer. Go again. $600. The big three U.S. commercial broadcast television networks are CBS, NBC, and this Disney-owned network. He says, what is ABC? Of course it's ABC. Good job. Go again. And he's going for 400. This legendary and female titular character was first portrayed by a male collie named Hal. Who is Lassie? Lassie's correct, and now we're on to the last clue. In 1990, Rock the Vote started encouraging young people to vote on this cable network that's also given them The Real World, Jackass, and Teen Mom. What is MTV? And he is absolutely right. And now he's currently at 11,400 points, or $11,400 to be exact. We're going to go on to round 2, which is Double Jeopardy. And the categories are Olympic records, Broadway by songs, the year was, at the movies, and branded items. So, Poppy, you currently are still on the roll, so you get to pick the first clue in this Double Jeopardy round. He says Olympic records for 1,000. Wait. Those are 400, 800, 1,200, 1,600, and 2,000. Are you trying to go for Olympic records for 2,000? Don't worry, it happened. Olympic records for 2,000. Here's the clue. Known as the jump of the century, Bob Beeman's long jump record of 8.90 meters from the Mexico City Games of this year still stands today. What is 1968, he asks. Yes, he is absolutely right. He gets to go again. Same category for 1,600. Here's the clue. The United States holds the record for most medals won by a country at a single Olympics with a total of 239 medals. Nearly 85% of all medals available at the St. Louis Olympics in this year. Poppy's response is, what is 1904? Okay, let's see if he's right. Yes, he is 100% right. He gets more points. Now he's up to 1,500 points. $15,000, sorry. Go again. He gets to go again. He says it's a funny story, that one. Anyway, same for 1,200. I agree, that one was a funny story. Now, for $1,200 on Olympic records, here's the clue. At the 1994 Lillehammer Winter Olympics, South Korean speed skater Kim Young-mi won the gold medal in the women's 3,000-meter relay and became the youngest Olympic gold medalist in history. This was her age. He says, what is 10? No, sorry, it was 13. 13. He was close, though. Go again. Poppy gets to go again. He says same category, 800. Here's the clue. Winning more than 80% of the events he entered over his Olympic career, This American swimmer has 28 total career medals, displacing the previous record by Larissa Latinia, a Soviet Union gymnast with 18 medals. He says, which is Michael Phelps? I think he meant to say, who is Michael Phelps? And he's correct. 14,600 points. He gets to go again. I'll be patiently waiting. Okay, his Poppy says, who, also, FYI, she, her. Sorry about that. She gets to go again. And also, Olympic records 400, no problem. Alright, here's Poppy's clue. At the 2008 Beijing Games, this Jamaican runner set an Olympic record in the 100-meter dash, and 4 years later in London, he broke his own record. I think we all know who that is. She says, who is Usain Bolt? And she is 100% correct. She's back with $15,000. She gets to pick another category and another clue. At the movies for 1,000 or 2,000. Yeah, it happens. Don't worry. Here's the clue, Poppy Rooney. At the movies 2000. Here it is. In the 1989 teen rom-com Say Anything, this actor held a boombox over his head outside of his girlfriend's house. She says, who is John Cusack? Yes, she is right. 17,000 points are now here. She gets to go again. Same category for 1,600. In the movie 42, Chadwick Boseman portrayed this baseball player who was the first African American to play in Major League Baseball. She says it was Jackie Robinson. She is correct. It was Jackie Robinson. She gets to go again. She says same category for 1,200. Here's the clue. This big city played almost as big a part in Ferris Bueller's Day Off as Matthew Broderick did. She says, what is Chicago? And it was Chicago. She gets more points. Almost at $20,000. She gets to go again. She says same category for 800. Here's the clue. Debuting in 1984, this well-known horror movie franchise stars Freddy Krueger as the main villain. I think we all know who that is. She says, what is a Nightmare on Elm Street? And she is 100% correct. Therefore, she now has $20,600. That's pretty huge. Now, she gets to pick again. She gets to sleep at the movies. Here's the clue. In the movie A Christmas Story, this is the present Ralphie asked for very badly. She's typing. She says, what is a Ryder BB gun? Let's see if she's correct. She's got the red Ryder BB gun. I'll accept that one. She now has $21,000, which is very good. Very impressive. She gets to pick another category and another clue. The year was for 2,000 points. There you go for correcting yourself on 2,000. Good job. The year was for 2,000, she says. Here's the clue. 1804. The world's first steam locomotive, built by Richard Trevithick, runs for the first time along the tramway of the Pennygarren Ironworks in the city of Merthyr Tydfil in this country. I don't know how to pronounce any of this stuff. She says, what is Wales, UK? She says Wales, and it's correct. 23,000 points. That is a very impressive lead. She gets to go again. Same category, 1,600. Here's the clue. 1911. This Jewish composer conducted his last concerto, Berkus Alakike, at Carnegie Hall in New York City. After his death, his music was nearly neglected but rediscovered in the years following World War II. Me versus my crippling existential doubt. She also does not know. Alright, the correct response was, who is Gustav Mahler? Gustav Mahler. Just make sure you guys got a good look at it. She says same category for 1200. Here's the clue. 1925. The first issue of this magazine was published, establishing itself as a preeminent forum for serious fiction, essays, and journalism. It has featured many respected writers, including Truman, Capote, Roald Dahl, Ernest Hemingway, and E.B. White, to name a few. She says, what is the New Yorker? She is 100% correct. It is the New Yorker. She gets to go again. Same category for 800. Here's the clue. 1583. Ugo Buoncompagni, also known by this name, introduced the new Gregorian calendar, which would fix the discrepancies of the Julian calendar and eventually become widely accepted as the new standard. Who is Gregory the 16th, she says? Pope... Oh, no. She was a little bit off. It was Pope Gregory the 13th. She was only 3 off. Don't worry. It happens. She gets to go again, though. Womp womp. No sweet for 400. Wait, no sweet? So you don't want to get rid of the year was? Or are you still planning on the year was? Okay, the year was for 400. Here's the clue. 1431. This woman, nicknamed the Maid of Orleans, was interrogated, tried for heresy, more specifically dressing in men's clothing, and a few months later burned at the stake. Who is Joan of Arc, she says. And of course, she's 100% correct. It's 23,800 points. And yeah, she didn't get a proper sleep on the year was. She didn't get them all right, but that's okay, as long as she's still playing. That's all that matters. She gets to pick another category and another clue. Broadway by songs for 2000. Here is the clue. The Glamorous Life. A Weekend in the Country. Send in the Clowns. The Glamorous Life. A Weekend in the Country. Send in the Clowns. She says she doesn't know. What is A Little Night Music? I didn't even think that was a Broadway musical. That's crazy. A Little Night Music. She gets to go again. Same category for 1600. Here it is. Oh my god, you guys. So much better. Bend and Snap. I remember this very well, but I can't tell you. Nope, it was not Mean Girls. It was Legally Blonde. It was Legally Blonde. It was not Mean Girls, it was Legally Blonde. It was, oh my god, oh my god, you guys. I remember performing as a frat boy whenever I did that musical in high school. It was a lot of fun. Don't worry, she gets to pick again. Same for 1200. Here's the clue. Just leave everything to me. Before the parade passes by, it only takes a moment. What is Hello Dolly, she says. It was Hello Dolly. There you go. 23,400 points. Go again. Go again, Poppy. She says same category for 800. Here's the clue. Being alive, another 100 people, getting married today. Being alive. She says, what is company? She is right. It is company. She gets to go again. Same category for 400. Broadway by songs. Let's sweep it up. America. I feel pretty. Somewhere. America. I feel pretty. Somewhere. She says, what is West Side Story. Her response is correct. It is West Side Story. 24,600 points total for Pop Figurine. And now we get to go over branded items. Pick a clue. She says, okay, 2,000. Whiteout by Bic. B-I-C. Whiteout by Bic. What is this even asking for? It's looking for the branded items. She doesn't know. Okay. The correct response was, what is correction fluid? The correction fluid. You're looking for the specific item that this particular brand is showing. Go again. 1,600, she says. Velcro. She says, what is adjustable adhesive? Let's see if she's correct. Oh, sorry. We were looking for hook and loop fastener. Hook and loop fastener. She might have lost points there. But don't worry. She gets to go again, though. 1,200, she says. Here's the clue. Jet Ski by Kawasaki Heavy Industries. She's typing. She's not even going to attempt this. She doesn't know. Okay. Is that your final answer? You don't know? Alright. LOL. The correct response was personal watercraft. Personal watercraft. It's kind of a boat. Go again. $800. Here's the clue. Chapstick by Pfizer. She says, what is lip moisturizer? It was lip balm, but I'm going to give her that. I'm going to give her that. Even though it's actually lip balm, lip moisturizer might count. So now we'll go to the last clue. Kleenex. She says, what is tissue paper? Indeed, she's right. It is tissue. Now she's at 24,200 points. We have cleared round 2 of this particular Jeopardy. And now we get to go on to Final Jeopardy, where the category is classical music. Might want to enter your wagers. Just in case. 24,200 is current. She's wagering 10,000. She is wagering $10,000 for classical music. Here's the clue. It is speculated that when composing the soundtrack for Jaws, John Williams stole inspiration from the theme of this piece of classical music written by Antonin Dvorak. 30 seconds. Good luck. Hold on. You have 30 seconds. Hold on, let me put on some pink music. Good luck. Alright. Now, Poppy, we come to you. You just got released from work? Okay. That's good to know. Hold on a second. Alright, so your response was, I just lost 10,000 points. Oh, that's okay. So the correct response was Symphony Number 9 from The New World. She wagered 10,000 points. Now she's down to, I think it was 14,200. Yep, I was right. That's okay. It happens. Well, luckily, you still win 14,200 points. Congratulations. Congratulations. And now we can, oh, hold on. Let me try to fix this. Back to Bazinga. There we go. Alright, that's not too shabby. Yes, she says thank you for having me. You're very welcome. I do appreciate Poppy taking the opportunity to join. And yeah, I know it must have been a bit of an experience. And I know she couldn't do it without the buzzer, which is interesting. Of course, she has to go. Thank you so much for joining. Alright, so now that we've gotten that part out of the way, I want to see if maybe there's someone who might be interested in joining. So far, we're looking good. We're looking very good. Yeah. Honestly, other than that, this was a very interesting Bazinga game. I just wish they could have had more people come and play. And even though it's going to get close to 9 o'clock, from my perspective. But, yeah, I like that I could be able to play the game without buzzers. And I definitely look forward to playing the game with buzzers, or host it in a way. So that way other people can actually buzz in, and they can all depend on using voice chat. And of course, just to let you guys know, I did try my best to take a look at the chat room on the Discord voice chat, to watch out for any of the muted player's response to the clue. What is for? And she's playing Jeopardy. And she promises she's not an AI bot. She's promised that much. Of course, she did give out some answers that weren't exactly accurate, but she did her best, so kudos to her. Okay, now that we've gotten that part out of the way, I don't know. I think I might as well have to just end the stream because it's already been over an hour. Yeah, a month in advance. Yeah, I gotta think about having my Jeopardy boards planned out a month in advance. Maybe High Tide Community Game Night will do the trick. I'll definitely see what I can do. I really plan on seeing what I can do. Anyways, thank you all so much for checking out this particular short stream. And I'm sorry it has to be short because I was trying my very best to set up the Bazinga Jeopardy games. Obviously, I might have to come up with some more boards. I can create as many boards as I want to. I can only be limited to about 3 players per se. But yeah, I can always be willing to share the room QR code. If I'm being completely honest, yeah, it's about time. So I'm gonna go ahead and on a specific song. As long as I don't make
long as I don't get copyrighted.
I would put on a trap meet remix of Jeopardy theme, and we should be just fine. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for thank you so much for joining me. I genuinely appreciate it, and I know it's not much of a view, but I'm really glad that someone played Is Jeopardy, even if it was by themselves. But don't worry, maybe next time I might get Frank Means, Kitten, Sid Bites, maybe someone else who would be interested in joining. And maybe, who knows, community game night, high tide gaming. Come on over. Look forward to it. So